Hello friend, this is Swapnil and welcome to Learn SAP ML. So in this session we are going to see how to subclass inherit the constructor of superclass. Okay, as we have already seen in the last inheritance video what is a superclass. You can see the parent class and the subclass, you can see the child class in the last video. Okay, if you didn't watch this video then you may click on the icon and you may also find the link in the description. So today what we are going to do is we are going to create a parent class and we will define a constructor in a parent class, and we are going to create one more class as a child inheriting from the parent class, and in a startup selection we will create the object of a child class, and we are not going to create any object for a parent class, but we can get this constructor. Okay, so let's go to the SAP and we will see it practically. But wait, if you are the first time on my channel then please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get notification of my upcoming videos. So stay tuned till the end and keep watching the SAP Airline.
Okay friends, so I am in my SAP system. So today we will see how the subclass or we can say the child class inherit the constructor of the superclass or parent class. Okay, so how the inheritance works in ABAP. So we have already seen our last video, but don't worry, if you didn't watch this video then you may find the link in the description, so go and check it out how the inheritance work, how we can inherit the class. Okay, so let's see how the subclass can inherit this constructor of superclass. Okay, so for that what we are doing, we will just define the two different class. Let's say class will give the name as a parent, give the definition as we already know how to define class, right? In class. Okay, so similar, I will give the cls parent, and here we'll give the implementation. Okay, in end class. Okay, so now we'll give the public section. We'll define it as a method as a constructor. Okay, as you already know, right, how we can define method. I have also created a different video for the method, the constructor method and the static method. Okay, if you still didn't watch this video also, so you may find the link in the description. Okay, so you can check that video also. We'll give you the name of the method constructor. Okay, okay, so now we will implement this method. Okay, in this parent class. So how we can implement, okay, methods, we'll give the name as a method constructor, and here we'll give the end method constructor, and here we'll give it as, right, let's say parent class constructor call. Okay, this is a parent class. Okay, so now we will define a child class which will inherit the property of the parent class. Okay, so how we can inherit, definition, inheriting from cls, name of the parent class. Okay, and here we will give us a end class. Okay, that's it. See, now we are not writing anything in this end class. Okay, so let's check the how it's work. We'll give the start of selection event. Okay, and here what we will do, we will just create the reference variable. Okay, type which will refer to this class. Okay, so and you can see in this class we don't have any implementation part. Okay, and here we will give as a create object obj. Okay, so now check and activate. Is not depend, however class parent is a same. Wait, implementation. Okay, so cl parent, fine, check and activate. Cl parent, check and activate. Okay, so now we will see how it's work. Okay, so now as you can see here, we have created the we have created the reference variable of this class, and we have just created the object, but we don't have any implementation part in this class. Okay, and we don't have any method. Okay, we don't have any implementation part, and we have just defined. Okay, so now if I will execute, So now as you can see, parent class constructor call. So what does it means? It means like whenever we will inherit the parent class, so it will inherit the property of this parent class also. So when you will create the object, so it will check if it is an inherited class, and it will check the constructor of this parent class. Okay, parent, so this is parent class. Okay, this is the first scenario. Okay, now let's suppose we'll see the second thing. Let's suppose we will implement, we will define method, constructor method in this class also. Okay, let's check and activate. Okay, so this is the first thing, the parent class constructor call. What we will do, I will just implement, write some method part. Okay, similar to this. Okay, so we'll copy this part from parent class. This is same thing we'll do here. Okay, and we will just implement this class cls child. Okay, so now we are so now we are a method, and here we'll use the end method. Okay, so now if you can see, let's suppose we will write the simple, the same statement as it is in this child class. Okay, and here we will give as a child class constructor call. Okay, so now let me activate this. I think now if when we will activate this, so you, as you can see here, the constructor method must be called constructor of the superclass. Okay, so what does it mean? Whenever you have a constructor method in the in this child class, so it is a mandatory thing for you first, for you first access the parent class constructor in your child class. Okay, so you can't implement the logic in the child class, okay, without the accessing the parent class, parent class constructor. Okay, so how we can define the parent class constructor? So using call methods. So here is a keyword like super, and here we have to give the name as a constructor. Okay, that's it. And let me check and activate. Okay, so now we have activated. So now what we have done, now in the second scenario we have just defined the public section and method constructor here also, because and in this method here also we have just implement the method, but here we are just calling the super class constructor. Why? Because it's not allowing us to implement the constructor of the child class. Okay, why? Because the whenever you will create the object, the constructor the object, it don't know which method, which constructor method to call. Okay, so that is the reason it's not allowing us to only implement the two different constructor method. Okay, so whenever we want to implement the constructor of the child class, we should implement the constructor, we should first access the constructor of the super class, that is this parent, from the parent class, and then we can implement the child class constructor. Okay, so now let's see the output, what the output we are getting. Let execute. So as you can see here, the parent class constructor call and child class constructor call. Okay, why so? So as you can see here, the child class constructor clause we have in this constructor. So whenever we have creating the object, so it will call the constructor, right? So and in this child class we have this static constructor, is this method constructor. So it will go control go inside, and here as we have a call method super class constructor, then it will go to the super class, which is a parent class, and here the first parent class constructor is called, and then it will display the message the child class constructor call. As you can see here, parent class constructor call and child class constructor call. Okay, I hope you clear so far. So now moving to the next, like let's suppose we have a class method also. Okay, so as you also know, also let's suppose we have the static method also, static constructor also. So how to define a static constructor, we have already seen our different video. Okay, if you didn't watch this video, so you may find the link in the description, so you'll get the idea how we can, how we define the static constructor. Okay, so let me define the class method, class constructor. As we have already seen, there is a naming convention is a mandatory, right? Implementation. Okay, so we will implement this method class constructor is the end method. Okay, and here we will write parent class static constructor call. Okay, and we will do the same thing in here also. Here also we will write the same class. We will use a pretty printer. Okay, class method here also. Okay. Okay, so you can activate. So implementation is missing, so we'll copy this and just paste this thing here. Okay, parent, here we will give the name as a child class. Okay, so let's repack what we have done so far. See, in the second scenario we have seen till this normal method, right? We have just defined and implemented the normal method. So now what we have done in the parent class, we have defined the static constructor, and same in the child class we have defined the static constructor. Okay, and here in the parent class we have just implemented the static constructor, and in the child class also we have just implemented the construction also. Okay, so now here as we have the object created for the child class. Okay, this is the child class. Okay, and as we know, when the when the static constructor call, the static constructor is called before creating the object, right? As we have already seen in our last video. Okay, there are three different scenario to execute the static constructor: before any other, before creating the object, and before after the startup selection. If we have any statement written over here, then the static constructor get triggered. Okay, so as you can see, we have created the object over here. So let's see what the output we are getting. Okay, so let's execute this thing. Okay, so as you can see here, the parent class static constructor call, then child class static constructor call, then parent class constructor, child class constructor call. Okay, so let's go to the code and we can see. Okay, so now as you can see here, the object we have created the object for this static with the child class, right? So what is the scope of this static constructor? Whenever we will create static constructor is called before creating any object, right? So let's suppose we are creating the object for object. Okay, object for this child run. Okay, and there is one more thing. Okay, for the static constructor, whenever you will execute the static constructor of the child class, then it will first check if its parent class constructor is already executed or not. Okay, so if it is not executed, then it will first execute the parent class static constructor, then it will execute the child class constructor. Okay, and after that it will execute the rest of the method. Okay, so here is also happening the same thing. Okay, so in the child it is going to we have created the object, right? So it is it is just first going to this child class implementation part. Okay, going to the for child class, and as you can see, child class is in the child class we have a static constructor, but the child class is inheriting from the class parents. Okay, so first is it is checking if is there any static constructor is available in the parent class or not. So here we have a parent constructor available, so it is first executing the static constructor of the parent class, then a static constructor of the child class. Okay, and after that we have created the object, so it is going to this constructor method, and here we have the super constructor, then it is going up again up for this parent class constructor, and then it executing child class. Okay, so let's see, parent class. Okay, this is the sequence. Okay, and see, and let me just comment this parent class static constructor. Okay, and we are also okay, so now we'll check the output. Okay, so now we have just commented this. It means it will not check, so the control will come inside this class, inside this child class, but in the child class we have the static constructor, and it will check in this class is there any static constructor or not, because now as of now we have just comment out, so it will not execute anything. Okay, let's check the output again. So now as you can see, child class static constructor call. Okay, but parent class constructor is not calling because we have commented it, right? Parent class okay. So, so in this way, so we have seen how the subclass can inherit the constructor of the superclass. Okay, means parent class. Okay, so if you still want to learn more about this inherit how to inherit the constructor of the superclass or parent class, so you may visit to my website also. The link is also given in the description, so I will request you all to please check the link and you will get some more idea about this, how the static constructor, how the constructor is inherit, how to get some idea about how the child class inherit the constructor of the superclass. Okay, and even the how the static constructor call. Okay, thanks.
If you like this video, then press the like button below. If you have any doubt, then write me in the comment section below. If you want to learn more about a app, then visit to my website www.learnsapapp.com. The link is also given in the description. And please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get notification about my next upcoming videos. Okay, so friends, bye, signing out.